Hi there, my name is Jason Vey. I am the author of Amazing Adventures, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the game and about our current Kickstarter to get all in hardcover. So I guess I'll start with a little bit of history. Amazing Adventures is a pulp role-playing game that uses the same system as Castles and Crusades. It was released at Gen Con in 2012. This was the original cover, which is, I'm told, only 50 copies of this were ever printed, roughly 50 copies. So if you have a copy, hang on to it. It's going to be worth millions of dollars someday as a hotly sought-after collector's item, or not. Then we did the final version, the final release, cleaned up a few errata that snuck into the first printing, the limited Gen Con release. And the final release has a different cover, this is the one that's on the market right now, that hopefully a lot of you already have. And if you don't, now is a prime opportunity to get involved and get a copy. We have since released several adventure modules for the game. The first one is called Day of the Worm. This is it right here. And there is an introductory adventure module in the book. And this is a sequel to that. It picks up right where that one leaves off. So it gives you a really good jumping off point for your campaign. The first one was very kind of Robert E. Howard, Desert El Borak type stuff, where you're at a race against the Nazis to recover a magical gem from a lost temple in a hidden city in the desert. Day of the Worm expands that into sort of like an alien conspiracy. It's one of those modules where, like, don't trust anybody because you never know who is the good guy and who's the bad guy. And it kind of brings your characters into working for the government during World War II. So it kind of just is a launching point for whatever you want to do from there. The next adventure we have is Temple of the Red God, which is your typical, like, location-based lost temple to an ancient deity in the middle of the jungle. It's pretty broad and open what you want to do with it, but it's kind of like a horror type Indiana Jones with zombies and vampires type deal. So and then we did a quick starter, our quick start rules that was part of the Castles and Crusades Kickstarter. And that was called Ashton and the Augments, which is super science mutant animals island of Dr. Moreau in the city type deal. So that's our current support. We do plan to keep putting out more adventure modules. I'd like to move on past this Kickstarter for some more source books and things like that. We do have GM screens. A number of people have asked me about that. They should be an add-on in the Kickstarter. If not, they are available on the Trollorb website. They are the same format as the CNC screens, so that's one of them, the artwork on there. And this is the other one. I can get it open. So, and they've got the same type of stuff you'll find in the CNC screens. They've got just quick references to the rules and aids for the GM to quickly look things up. So that's a little bit about the game itself. Now, the Kickstarter. We're already funded to get the core book, the new core book in hardcover, which is fantastic. But we really want to get the other two books in hardcover. So what are the books? The core book, obviously, is a revision of the original core book, given a couple character classes a facelift. The biggest one you'll notice is the Pugilist. A couple abilities have been swapped out, sort of along the lines what the Trolls did with the Barbarian and the Illusionist in Castles and Crusades. So we've got a Rogues Gallery in there with human foes and a few pre-generated NPCs or pre-gen player characters, even if you want to play them. We've got just general expansions and clarifications of the rules throughout. We've expanded the GM section with more advice on how to run a game, both general role-playing and pulp. Just brought it even more in line with Castles and Crusades so that you can really just get up and go if you're a CNC fan. Now, the other two books. The monster book is going to have tons of monsters that we drew from other CNC sources and revamped a little bit for the pulp setting. And there's going to be a good 24 brand new monsters in there that you haven't seen yet. So I'm kind of excited about those, and I hope you are too.